start sitting or on your back, whichever you prefer. I'm going to sit for today, but we'll end up on our backs. Actually, I'll lay because that way I can't see. That way we're there. Okay. And yeah, let your bones rest. Let your muscles just be held. Even if you haven't done much this morning, or even if you have, it doesn't matter. Let them have this moment to be held. To feel and recall a feeling of just letting go, of the gripping, the forcing, bearing weight. And then with your eyes closed, begin to notice that you can deepen the breath a little bit, or maybe a lot. Feel how the inhales come right from below the belly button and just continue very smoothly and deeply and fully all the way up to the collarbones. And just notice that path again back downwards from the collarbones, down through the chest, the ribs, the belly, and beneath that. Until the belly button goes right toward the back body. Yeah, get it all out. So enjoying that happiness of being alive, that happiness of filling up with all that wonderful breath. And then so too, that joy of just being able to release and let it go. My thought for today is something I heard and it really resonated with me this morning. And this woman was saying that, yeah, you can think about what you want and then try to get in that vibration of like if you already have that. And that's one way to sometimes move and get your momentum going. But sometimes that's challenging, right? Because you block yourself because something you want could have some resistance. And so it's hard to really get to that level vibrationally. So she said she just made this decision to get happy for no good reason. Just to get happy. To pat her cat and get happy. And the story went on and it was cute and funny because she ended up meeting someone getting married. It wasn't what she was planning, wasn't what she was thinking, but she was in this, and she's thrilled, but it was just she was happy for no reason. Didn't pick a specific thing, but because her vibration was high, all the things that her inside wanted, that her soul wanted, really just came to her, right? Because there wasn't resistance. So that may work for us. So today I'm going to invite us to decide, like, just be happy for no reason. See if we can find or allow happiness and not looking for any reason why. Not making it dependent on anything. And so with that, I invite you to curl the corners of the mouth up. And let the face smile. Let's take the head, if you're not on your back, just slowly make your way down. And bend the knees. Let those shoulders, pull them away from the ears. And then let the head go left to right, just gently. And slowing it down, eventually coming back to stillness with your head. And then with your next inhale, feel your spine growing tall up through the crown of the head like a little string pulling you tall, as well as filling up. And then as you exhale, keep that length and let the navel go toward your spine. And then if your feet are not hip distance apart, let them become that way. And we'll take one knee in and then the other. Give yourself a morning yoga hug. And hands can come to the shins or knees, maybe a side to side, just a back massage. Or maybe you prefer just circular motion today, where the knees come in and around and down and back up, around and up. Making our backs happy. Giving them a little bit of attention. And then as you're ready, draw the knees in and then open the knees just so much that they come up and kiss the armpits, and then draw your lowers back down toward the mat. So you're feeling this direction, both directions, the lengthening. Really pull the knees in, shoulders down, and then exhale, release it all. Knees together, step the left foot down, press the right ankle above the left knee, flex the foot, energize the toes. And even here, you can rest your palm of your hand on your right inner thigh and just sort of, not pushing, but just reminding it to energize and open up that left hip. So using the muscles of the leg, glute. And you can sway a little, like a happy dance, a happy breeze of swaying, breezeful like sway. That's not a word, probably breezy, there's the word. And then when you're ready, and if you're ready, you can come up to the toes, or you can come up even further, lifting that left foot right off the ground. Hands can, or a strap can come underneath the back of the left leg. If you find you need even more, you can bend that left knee even more, bringing the heel toward the butt, and then interlacing the hands around that shin. But if that makes the hips get all wonky and pulls your back crooked, then it's not working right. Not today. And same thing, you can be here in stillness, or you can slowly start to draw the left knee toward the body, or maybe even a breezy sway back or side to side. And feel free to pause if there's a spot that feels like it just wants to stay and open up. Still energized through that right leg. And then inhale the left leg up to the sky, get a nice stretch, keeping the back of the hips down. Maybe point and flex a few times, or circles with your ankle, waking up playfully with the ankle and the foot. And then when you're ready to exhale again, bend the knee, step that foot down, uncross the right foot. Side two, so inhale nice and tall up through the spine. Exhale, cross that left ankle over the right knee. Line yourself up, gentle touch of the hand on the left leg, energizing, reminding yourself to open up. And then you can sway back and forth or stay here in stillness, it's up to you. Keep enjoying being alive, our breath. And then you can either come up to the toes, the tiptoes of the right foot, or even lift that right foot up, keeping the left leg energized. Hands can come behind or strap behind the right leg, or you know the options. Do what's right for you, and then for this side of your body. Come back to the breath. Maybe a breezy sway again. Or a knee coming closer if the body's ready for that. And then extend that right leg up to the sky. And a little movement of the ankle and the foot. dance for no reason. And then when you're ready to exhale again, bend the knees, step the foot down, uncross and step the other foot down. Ooh. Heel toe your feet nice and wide to the edges of the mat and let the knees fall in for a little kiss. Just a little widening of the lower back here. And then one more time, inhale the knee, let's bring the feet together, hip distance, and then inhale the knees in. One more hug. And then as you're ready, you can inhale and exhale forward and backwards. So coming up and down, just a little bit of rocking and rolling here. A little playfulness again on a Saturday morning. Looking at things through our happy lenses, right? Or pleased lenses, or whatever word you want to substitute for happy, joyful. And then once you're seated, wonderful, let's get nice and tall. Let the sitting bones feel connected to the earth. And then exhale, slowly keeping the string coming from the top of your head per se, just opening up to the left. Just a little twist to the left. Keep the hips grounded or even feeling like they're going to the right. And again, I find myself trying to lead with my head and neck. Let that follow. Let the middle of the body guide your opening here. Let the heart open. The head can follow or not. Softening the jaw. Breathing fully, even though we're a little contorted here. We're in a twist, but can still breathe. And then with the next inhale, tall first before you untwist and exhale to the center. Switch what leg you have in front. Inhale up nice and tall again. And then exhale slowly, gently, just walking your way open to the right side. Hips might want to feel. It helps me to think of my hips going in the opposite direction. One more loving inhale all the way up. And slowly unwinding as you exhale, staying nice and tall still. One more time, you can exhale and just a little fold forward here. Lengthen through the lower back like someone's just rubbing your back from the lower part of your spine all the way up. Just a nice lengthening and opening. However deeply you fold, it doesn't matter. Just lengthen your way. And then chin to chest, roll yourself on back and come on upright. Nice seated position again. We're going to uncross the legs, roll over to the right hip, and then bring ourselves to tabletop. Once again, deciding to look through our lenses of joy. And then as you're ready, tuck your toes. Inhale fully, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Draw the navel and armpits back. And then exhale, lifting the knees and hips and everything up to the sky. Ooh, downward facing dog. It's going to be a short dog, that's okay. And then as you exhale, we're going to come into a hovering tabletop. So down we go. Stay here for the inhale. And exhale the hips back up to the sky, downward facing dog. This time as you inhale, hover to tabletop. Exhale, hips come up to the sky. Inhale, tabletop, a slight hover with the knees. Exhale, hips come up to the sky. Inhale, hover your tabletop. Exhale, hips up to the sky. Inhale, hover your tabletop. One more time. Exhale, hips up to the sky. Let's walk our hands back to beat the toes all the way back to the back of your mat. Forward fold as you exhale and release. Inhale, lengthen and lifting the heart forward, smiling through those collarbones, nice and broad. Exhale, release it forward again. Inhale, halfway, lifting, lengthening, navel draws in toward the spine. Exhale, fold forward again. This time as you inhale, come through halfway, strong through your core, opening up, ground through the feet as you rise all the way up. Arms reach up, fingertips, dance. The happy dance a bit here. Ooh. Exhale, flip the palms, swan dive back down. Ooh. Plant your hands, bend the knees, walk yourself back to downward facing dog. Inhale fully here. And then exhale, glide through plank, keep on going, lower yourself down all the way to the mat. Once you get there, plant those tops of the feet, inhale up cobra or up dog, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale down, take a few more, explore here, happily explore where you want your hands, maybe you tent them, bring them to the sides, maybe they stay beneath, maybe they lift off the mat. Take another one if it feels right for you right now. Lengthening the heart forward. And then as you exhale down, tuck the toes, hug your arms close to your body as your elbows reach back and your hips come up to downward facing dog. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to walk the hands back to the feet, forward fold, release it. Inhale, lengthen up halfway, really get long and tall and open, strong through the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway again. Woo. Belly to spine. Exhale, fold forward. This time, inhale all the way up, come to the toes. Reach the arms up, hug and zip up like you're zipping up your wetsuit, ready to go on vacay. Woo. You can look up or find a soft focal point ahead of you. Let's just breathe here, kind of like feeling how it feels to grow a little taller with each inhale. To keep that height while we exhale and ground, hug it in. One more time right here, full rounded breath. As you exhale, flip the palms, lower the heels, forward fold. Walk into downward facing dog and keep on walking to plank. We're going to walk to plank and then exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower the head. Plant the hands beneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, hug the arms in as you come all the way back up. Downward facing dog. Inhale, take that right leg, let it extend behind you. Reach, reach, reach. Reach the heart forward, the hips back, toes engaged, toes point down. Exhale, bend that right knee, right sole of the foot reaches over to the left. Exhale, lengthen and lower that right leg. Inhale, the left leg up behind you. Reach through the heel of the left leg. Exhale, bend that right knee, open that right hip, left hip, left foot reaches to the right. With the next exhale, round and down with that left leg. Woo. One more time, glide forward to plank. Exhale your way down to cobra or up dog. I don't know where I'm going. I can't decide. Inhale, back up. And then exhale, lower down. You're going to plant the hands beneath the shoulders if they're not already there. Hug the elbows in, reach them back, all the way back up to downward facing dog. Walk your hands back. Exhale your way into forward fold. Heel toe your feet wide. Bring your right hand to your left inner elbow, your left hand to your right inner elbows. Ragdoll. Maybe a slight bend in the knees. Finding a little more gentleness and happiness versus stiffness right here. Hips reach up, heart falls down. Spine lengthens, neck relaxes. Exhale, plant those hands, heel toe your feet back, inner hip distance where your hip bones are. And then walk your way back through plank and then lower your knees here. We're gonna take the blocks, put them beneath the hands. Whew. Saturday energy here. And then your body's at a nice like diagonal, like we were gonna do a modified plank on our knees. So gripping the blocks, I like to put my heels, my hands I think off a little bit, toward the back anyway. And then hug those arms in, draw the navel in, and we'll start to lower down a portion. So the elbows are gonna reach back and not out to the sides. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Think about your heart going to kiss the mat, but lengthening too. And you can keep the toes down or not. Keep it going. Just a couple more. Remembering you're holding those arms close to the body. Last time, you got this. Wherever it lands, it may not go very far. That's okay. Step your left and right hand down. Move those blocks out of the way. Tuck your toes. Exhale your hips back up to downward facing dog. Whew. Inhale fully. Exhale, release it. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, look forward. Step that right foot through up to the top of the mat and lower the left leg down. And keep the left toe tucked, left toes tucked. Inhale, right up, the arms come up to the sky. Think maybe deep in the lunge. The front of that left hip's feeling nice and open. Where can we maybe get a little taller? And maybe where can we soften? With the next exhale, come into cactus arms. Ooh. Inhale tall. With the exhale, start to open into a gentle twist to the right. So opening with your cactus arms to the right. Hug your inner thighs to one another. You may not go all the way to the right. That's totally cool. Inhale back, around and up. Arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands down through prayer and step your hands down to either side of the foot and step your right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, glide through plank. We're going to go through flow again. Lower yourself down to up dog or cobra. Eventually we'll meet back, downward facing dog. When your body rolls through its flow, we'll meet back here. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Lower the right knee. Keep the right toes tucked. As you're ready to inhale, come all the way up with the arms, maybe deep in your lunge. Inner thighs still drawing toward one another. Once again, just feeling the groundedness of whatever's touching the earth and also the rising up. With the next exhale, bend the elbows, cactus arms. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, start to open up to the left. Still drawing those inner thighs together, keeping your hips strong and stable, right? Your legs as well. Inhale, up and around again, gentle, slow, look up. Exhale, prayer, hands and right down through heart center. Step the hands down on either side of the left foot. Tuck the right toe, step the left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. Inhale fully. Exhale, glide forward to plank, lower down, going through a flow. Yes, we are. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up and eventually making your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up behind you. Exhale, step that right leg through, lower the left knee, keep the toes tucked. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms. Here's a little change. So you can use your blocks if need be, or you can keep cactus arms. You're going to start to inhale and using that back toe, foot, leg, toes tucked, start to hover that left knee, coming up to a higher lunge. Inhale fully. Yep, so our left knee is off the ground. Exhale, opening to the right. Inhale up, arms come to the sky. Exhale, palms together and down to heart center, and continue hovering. Hands touch the floor. Step the right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot through. Lower the right knee. Inhale, arms come up to the sky. Exhale, bend the elbows, coming. Oops, sorry. I can just finally see my screen's too small. Eventually coming into a left lunge, left knee forward, right knee down. You got it. And cactus arms for a moment. So draw those shoulders, pull them away from our ears, draw the navel in. You could stay right here, or you can start to inhale, lift that right knee, hovering that right leg above. Inhale tall again, and exhale, open up to the left. Inhale fully. Exhale, just let it go. Inhale, untwist, arms comes up to the sky. And then exhale, palms together, down through heart center. Keep going down, just plant the hands, let's step the right foot up to meet the left. Forward fold. Let it go. Inhale fully, halfway lift. Here we go. Exhale, forward fold. One more halfway. Inhale fully. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, arms over the head. Exhale, palms together, down to heart center, and stay right here in mountain pose, prayer hands for just a moment. Inhaling fully. Exhaling fully. This time, inhale, arms come out and up over the head. Exhale, flip the palms, swan dive all the way down. Plant your hands, step your feet back, downward facing dog. Inhale fully. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the knees to the ground. Ooh. Let's go onto the right hip. So we're going to roll onto the right hip like a side lying shavasana. We'll come onto the forearm of the right arm. And so the knees are bent and we're on this right hip, so we're not rolling forward or backward. Well, we may, but we're not at the moment, right? We're trying to balance ourselves here. And then notice if we're sinking into the shoulders, just elevate ourselves here, lifting that side, the right side waist. And then here we are trying to level ourselves on this right hip. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Squeeze those knees, those legs together. And then here we go. We're going to inhale, using your hands to brace you, your arm and hand. Bring the knees in, like toward your chest for a little hug. They may not come far, that's okay. Exhale, they can come back down. Inhale, the knees squeeze together and in toward your chest. Exhale, they can come down. There's always variations, so you can inhale, or exhale, really, we want to squeeze when we exhale. And then you can lengthen the legs and hover them. So here we go, just breathing. Exhale, and then the knees come where you decide, lengthening the legs or knees down. Once again, in we go toward the chest. Nice squeeze here. Feel it, and then let it go. One more time, make it our best. Knees squeeze in. Exhale down. Let's lengthen that top leg. Just feel the sole of that foot kind of reach toward the ground. Get a nice lengthening here. Woo! And then we'll roll over through the belly and around to the other side. So bending the knees on the left hip. Here we go. Forearm, left forearm down, palm down. Squeeze your knees, hug it in. Try not to roll back or forward. It might be easier said than done. Take a full inhale, feel where you're at. And then exhale, squeeze the knees, draw the knees in toward the chest. Inhale, you can lengthen the legs back away from the chest. Exhale, knees come into the chest. Inhale, lengthening. Again, the knees can come down, they don't have to extend. Exhale, knees to the chest. So either way, they're coming away from the chest. Inhale, knees away from the chest. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, knees away from the chest. They can lower down. And then inhale, or exhale, knees in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze the knees and feel the squeeze on the side of our bodies. One more time, lengthen. Last time, exhale, hug, 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 bend, hug your navel in. And then exhale, lower the legs. Extend that right leg nice and long. Reach the sole of the right foot down. Lift. If you're falling into your shoulder like I was, lift up out of that. Ooh. And then once again, we'll roll onto the belly. Ooh. Let's plant the hands beneath the shoulders to hug the legs toward one another. Tuck the toes. And then with the next exhale, lifting up, coming back to downward facing dog. We're backwards, I know. Here we are. And then we'll walk our hands back, forward fold, backwards at the top of our mat. Let it go. Inhale halfway. Exhale, release. This time, inhale all the way up. You can come to your tiptoes if you want. Ooh. And then exhale, we're gonna lower and pivot. So turn so we're facing the front of the mat one more time, back toward the beginning. Inhale, last time, arms up over the head. Exhale, hands together and down through heart center. Whew. So make sure I didn't forget anything good. Oh, I did. Okay. And let's inhale the arms up just for a moment. And then as you exhale, we're going to pivot and take a wide stance on the long edge of the mat. So exhale, step your arms out, step your feet out, like big wide T arms and wide stance with the legs, straddle legs here. Soften the shoulders, reach through the middle finger here, right? And then exhale, let the arms float down to the sides. Maybe a little shoulder roll if need be, or just stillness for a moment. And then heel toe your feet all the way back in toward one another. Bringing the big toes or the big toe mounds together. Pivot back onto the heels, lifting the toes and widen the feet. So duck feet, so like first position. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, step the right foot out to the right. And so you're at like 45-degree angles with your feet. And you're in a nice second position if you were talking ballet, I guess. Inhale fully. Exhale, hands to heart center. Push together the pads of the fingers. The palms connect. The tailbone reaches down. The crown of the head reaches up, stacking the hips, the shoulders, the head. And then as you're ready to exhale this next time, just a little bend. Inhaling tall, ground, push down through the feet. Exhale, lowering, bending the knees. Inhaling nice and tall. Exhale, lower. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, lower. Stay down or come back down. Inhale, we're gonna lift the right up to the right toes, lifting the right heel. Exhale, lower. Let's both think about moving from the inner thigh. We'll go to the left side, seeing if our hips can kind of stay where they are. And we're just lifting and lowering the heel. So inhale, lifting a heel. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, lifting the other heel. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, lift a heel. Exhale, lower. So I'd like this little squat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kind of roll it down like it's rolling right down. Inhale, lift, like you're peeling it off and peeling it back down. And last side, and down. And this time, stay low again, and maybe peeling both or neither feet up, the heels up. Ooh. Nice hold here. And then with the next inhale, straighten the legs, up on the toes, exhale, lower the heels. You got it. Woo! Shake it out. We're gonna come back down to the to bending, so the plie or squat or whatever we like to call it. So inhale tall, exhale lower again. Find your center, come back to your center, breathe. Heart's open, navel draws towards your spine. We're just gonna inhale, start to straighten the right leg. When we straighten the right leg, the left knee is gonna bend, like kind of when we were lying down with bent knees. We're gonna bring the weight to the right leg, and the left knee is gonna come up toward your elbow. So we'll try it again. Come back to a squat, inhale, and then exhale, lift the left knee up to the elbow. So we'll do this a few times. It's like a little balance and a little core work, right? And you can use a bar, Another way might be bringing your hands behind your head to keep your heart open. It might even feel easier. Or one hand behind the head. Or you can totally turn this into a tree if this isn't your jive today. So allow the happiness to flow through you and to you and from you. It might just be a stationary tree, which is fabulous too as well. So up and down, squatting and rising, squatting and rising. With or without the right hand touching. And once you're there, let's just come up and hold our tree. If you're already there, stay there, enjoy your tree. Ooh. Exhale, step that right foot down, shake it out, walk it out. Going to side two. So I should have told you I didn't think about it, but if you need something to hold on to, change your direction. We're gonna bring the feet together and then pivot them open about 45 degrees. Then this time, step that left foot to the left. So you have a straddle kind of stance. Ooh, it wore me out. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, sit the hips back down. Ooh, hands can come to heart center again. One more breath here. And then once again, this time instead of bringing the heels up and down, let's bring the body up and down. So inhaling, straightening the legs nice and tall. Exhaling, lowering the hips, bending the knees. Inhale, tall. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tall. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lengthening and lifting. Exhale, coming down like a merry-go-round horse. Inhaling, tall. Exhaling, lowering. Inhale, tall one more time. Exhale, lower one more time. The next time you can take that left arm up to a wall or a dresser or a bar. Right hand can come behind the head or both. And then with the next inhale, I'm gonna come up to that left leg and the right knee is gonna come to the right, toward the right elbow. Back, exhale down. Inhale, tall. Exhale down. Inhale, tall. Exhale down. You can also hold a stationary tree or your version. Thinking about, it may not happen, that crunch on the right side of the waist. Again, may not happen. Our version, we're still balancing, strengthening, breathing, energizing, re-energizing here. Eventually, maybe one or two more times, and eventually coming into our stationary tree. If your hand isn't behind your head, see how it feels to keep it there. Just nice and open, or maybe both hands. Ooh. Yes, it's a tree with a turnout. And then exhale, step it down, arms come down, walk it out. Whew. Let's march it out. You got it. One more time, we're gonna walk up to the front of the mat. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, flip your palms and loving, releasing swan dive all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold, heel toe your feet wide again. Bring your left hand to your right inner elbow, right hand to left inner elbow, ragdoll. Reach the hips tall. Feel the energy coming from the legs all the way up through the hips. And the heart reaches down, lengthens the back. Maybe a bend in the knees, maybe a big bend in the knees, we don't know. Shoulders release, neck, face softens. The next exhale, plant the hands, heel toe the feet, back hip distance apart. And then you can either step the knees down, kneel down, or you can bring your feet closer, lift the heels, and then lower your buttocks down to the mat. So we'll come eventually to a seated position on the mat. So if you knelt, just work your way back to a seated position, facing in the front of your mat with your gaze. Inhale nice and tall here. And then think about hugging, we're gonna think about hugging the legs together, like zipping up again, and then reaching the heart. So if we're rounding the back, Start to breathe up the spine, lengthen it, let the shoulders draw down away from the ears. Hands can come beneath the knees, balancing on like that tripod of our tailbone and 2 sitting bones. And then you can start to sway back a little to balance, to lift the feet, or maybe even just come to the toes. The hands can stay behind the legs. They can come out and reach forward, drawing the arms into the shoulder sockets, into your boat pose. Inhaling fully. And then exhale, step the feet down, step the hands down, face the hands toward the hips, ground your feet. Inhale, start to lift and rise your hips off of the ground. Like a reverse tabletop. You can stay right here. You can exhale, start to bend the knee, the elbows, keeping them hugged toward one another. Let your hips sink toward the mat, but not touch. Inhale, straighten those arms. Exhale, bend the elbows. Hips will start to come down. Inhale. Exhale, and you don't have to go far. Inhale. Exhale, so it's like our triceps. We're feeling them working. Inhaling, straightening. Exhaling, hugging the elbows together, reaching them back. Inhale, tall. Exhale, dip. One more inhale, tall. The next exhale, keep on going. Let the hips come to the ground. Come to your boat pose. One more time. Toes can be on the ground or not. Reaching the heart tall. And we can stay right here. We can start to extend the legs and or the arms. And then wherever your body is feeling like your hold, navel toward the spine, heart, wide collarbones, heart reaching up. I'm going to bring the hands to prayer if that's where you want to head with me today. And then as you exhale, left hand comes behind the left hip for a tap. Inhale back through prayer. Exhale, right hand behind right hip for a tap, so a little twist. Inhale, tall. Exhale, left hand reaches behind the left hip. A long tap. Inhaling, prayer. Exhaling, opening to the right. Inhaling, tall. Exhaling again, you can put your legs down, your feet down. Inhale, tall. Exhale, tap. Keeping the length, keeping the openness. Continue going just a few more times. And next time you come through center, feel free to lower the feet, bring the hands behind the legs. Inhale it, bringing yourself up nice and tall, sitting tall. This time as you exhale, start to round the back, hollow out the belly, coming into that sort of scooping and leaning back. Inhale, slowly and lovingly coming back up nice and tall. Exhaling, scooping back. Feel where your core activates. That's where we're going to kind of stop. Inhale, tall. Exhale, slowly rounding back. Inhale, tall. My belly's making noises. Exhale, rounding and scooping. One more time. Inhale, tall. Stay tall here. Ooh. Exhale. This time as you round and lower, continue lowering all the way down. Slowly and lovingly. Let your spine rest. Feel the joy. No need, you don't need a reason, right? And start to walk your feet back and walk them wide, knees bent. Let the knees come in toward one another and rest with a kiss, a long kiss. Shoulders might like to curl if that's happening to you. Let them kiss the back of the mat, the back of the shoulders, and the back of the mat. Connected. And we can't stay here forever, so we're going to heel toe. We could, I guess. Heel toe your feet back hip distance. Bring in one knee, then the other for a nice hug. And then a little round circles again like we started. Back circles. Switch directions. I was meant to say hip circles. And then as you're ready, inhale both knees together and in toward your chest. Lower your lower back toward the mat. And then step your left foot down. keeping the right knee hugged in. Take that right knee, open it up a little bit, out to the side, like it's reaching toward your armpit. Flex that right foot, grounding both hips, right? And then start to extend from the knee to the sole of the foot up to the ceiling into your half happy baby. Your hands can be behind your right thigh. They can be up. One hand, your right hand can be up toward your ankle, or maybe to the outside of that foot. So we don't want to go real wide here. We're just drawing that leg like it could caress the outside of your body. That trace the outside, waist. And then reach the foot up. So it's reaching up like it wants to walk on the ceiling and extend by the arms, helping it stay down. So you're feeling that nice opening in your hip. Slowly, gently exhale, bend the knees, step that right foot down. Whew. And then the same side thing, but second side. So enjoying bringing that left knee in, hugging it in, letting the knee open, the leg open a little bit wider so it's coming toward your armpit. And then keeping that leg hugged in, both the back of your hips planted, start to extend from the left knee to the sole of the left foot up toward the ceiling. Grounding the right foot too, grounding your hips, coming into your half happy baby. And you decide where you're going to place your hand or hands. Both sides, each side may be different, and that's totally normal. It's like your left hip's reaching down toward the top of your mat, where we call the top of the mat. Your sole of your foot's reaching up. You're drawing your arm back into its socket here. And breathing. So pulling that thigh in toward the body. That outline of the body. Foot's reaching up, hands pulling down. And slowly, gently release your exhale. Let it go, bending and stepping out of it. Ooh. Heel toe your feet a little wider. Let the arms come out to the sides. Realign if need be. And then we're just going to windshield wiper our legs. So knees go to the left. The hips can go with it. We're not trying to hold them still right now. And then over to the right. So left and right. And then slowing it down. Coming back to stillness on the back side of our body. Heel toe your feet back hip distance apart. Perfect. And then if you're like me, your block's far away, you may need to roll over to get it. Otherwise, just get the block, and we're gonna bring the feet hips distance and lift those hips just enough to put the block beneath your sacrum to the lower part of your back, and then gently resting your hips on your block. So you're still like in this bridge back bend, but your hips are resting. And you can do one or two things. You can start to soften here and really let the block hold you, or you can still engage if you're still energized and you still want to keep a little more active. You can push the soles of the feet down, hug those inner thighs toward one another, and like you're holding yourself in your back bend. So engaging. So one of the two, your choice. And even if you're doing that, you can move your arms into a bridge position, whether you're tucking the shoulder blades toward one another, holding the mat, or maybe soldier arms. Let the corners of the mouth curl up. Exhale, soften the face, soften the hips down if they're not already. Whew. And really, if you haven't done this yet, let your hips relax. Let them fall into the block. If you have done it, Keep enjoying this for another moment, several moments. And then coming up to the tiptoes. Eventually, maybe if it feels like your body's asking for this in your mind, lifting one foot and then the other. Knees can stay bent, or you can extend the legs up to the sky. Giving your happy feet some rest. And then as you're ready, a little foot dance, bending the knees, ooh, and then stepping one foot down and then the other. As you're ready, engage, push down to rise up with the hips just enough to lift that block away. So then exhale again, lower the hips slowly. So maybe vertebrae by vertebrae, you bring your back to the mat and then your hips. One more time, inhale, bring the knees into the chest for a hug. And then as you exhale, hold on to the right leg, extend the left leg nice and long, engage your core, hover it, and then exhale it down, out wide toward the bottom of your mat. One more time, exhale, engage your core, extend that right leg nice and long, hover it for a moment, and then lower it down and release the muscular engagement here. Let's take the arms up over the head, nice big body stretch. Exhale, bend the elbows, hands behind the head. Shimmy your shoulders back a little bit, get a little taller here. Lifting the chin, right? Lifting the head, rather chin toward chest. And then gently, as you chins toward your chest, you're going to lengthen and then lower slowly. Cradle your head right back down. Release the hands, let the arms float out to the sides and down, palms up. Maybe walk your shoulder blades together if it feels weird where you landed. And then relaxing and closing the eyes and letting your practice just go through you, emanate from you. Let your body absorb and bask in your new energy in Shavasana. Coming back to the breathing, feeling the sensations and the depth and the fullness. And I'll let you know when it's time to come out. You can always stay right here, or you can take a nice full inhale, fill yourself up, even hold it for a moment and feel that spaciousness, that newness in you, good newness. Room for more as you exhale, let it out, navel to spine, maybe another ha at the end. Wiggling, frolicking the toes, the fingers, and then bending one knee, stepping the one foot back and then the other. As you're ready, exhale over to the right. I'll go to the left. Take one full cycle of breath here. Give yourself that. And then with the exhale that comes next, push down with the hands to rise up with the body, coming into a seated or kneeling position. Deciding perhaps today to get happy for no real reason. And then as you're ready, we're going to inhale, stretch those arms out to the side, fingertips reach, and continue them reaching all the way up to the sky, grounding the sitting bone, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, bring your palms together and right down to the heart. My light and my love honor your light and your love.